All right, welcome back everyone to the Trojan Tundra as we get ready to kick off the 2026 high school football season here tonight. Well, it's not regular season, but it's a scrimmage, but for us, it's a scrimmage too. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight, we got Braden Cunningham. Kenny's on remote support in the Grand Canyon. And as always, the Hall of Famer Ryan Lindler. Cade will be running our sideline camera for us tonight. As Braden, the scrimmage is kind of a big deal for everybody. It comes down to, you had summer football, you had all the workouts, all that stuff, and it's kind of a good tune-up to get figured out what you're going to be as you go forward before the regular season starts next Friday.
Yeah, it's a crucial part of just any season. You come in, you see, hey, we've put in that work all summer, and now we can see what kind of product is starting out, and then you can make the adjustments from there.
And for the Trojans, you come off guys last season where, you see you graduated a very big senior class, and, a guy that ran over 1,700 yards, a very successul quarterback. You had a deep class. Yeah, you're a younger group here, but the numbers are good. As Triton's going to start with the ball here tonight, as we're going to go with option B, which will start with 15 plays or 18 minutes, and they'll start on their own 35-yard line as they take their first snap here to get things squared away. Ryder Gayhart's going to be playing the quarterback position on his right hip as Tyler Payton. Blake Goosley will be in the tight end position left. Gayhart takes the snap, hands it to Tyler Payton, trying to find some hole up the middle, and the Jimtown Jimmy defense plugs the line.
And there you go. Now it's where it feels real. You get that first little just crack of the pads. You hear it. You see other colors, other colored jerseys, rather than going against your teammates. I mean, this is where it starts to feel real. You wake up.
Well, and you look down there at the Triton line. Yes, this is a line. Your main guy who's had a lot of experience is going to be Charlie Worsham, and he's been kind of the vocal leader. Watching him during the camps with the kids, Charlie's a vocal leader, and he's really kind of stood out as far as being a leader on that offensive line.
Yeah, it'll be good to see him grow this season.
Two wide receivers split to the left. They go to Tyler Payton, and again, the Jimtown Jimmy defense bottles him up and doesn't let him through. And right there, you look at a guy leading the charge there is number 5, Ben Anderson, as he gets in there as senior. You look down here, 60-plus players for the 60 players there for the Jimmies.
Yeah,
their program.
We've got this text real small to fit them all in here.
Hey, I scrunched it down there, but Cody Vincent, he's in his 3rd season, 9-12 last year, didn't quite go where they kind of wanted to be, but this is a program that's known for football in their history of the school program.
Yeah, they've got that good history. They have a good program behind them, so I'm sure that all of these players, they can bring something great together.
So now Triton settles in on 3rd down. 2 wide receivers to the right. Play action fake. Ryder Gayhart's going to keep and goes right. He cuts back inside. He's got a seam. Ryder Gayhart's free, and he's going to move the chains. What a great play there by the Triton senior. Full throttle, getting the first down.
And that's a great play right there. You have those first 2 just inside runs. You start baiting them. They're trying to crash and close up that inside, and then you just have that play fake and a good one. And especially for Ryder, we've talked about his vision a lot throughout his high school career. So for him to be able to see those gaps, know when to cut back and go pick up that first down.
I kind of like Ryder in this. You saw Jaden Overmeyer do it last year in kind of the running back in the quarterback position. This is a spot where Ryder can really excel this season running that quarterback position. Like you want to call maybe a wildcat, but it's not that. He's a quarterback that can run. And, if you were number 22 playing quarterback, it's a pretty cool thing. But at the same time, ever since he was a freshman, the first thing I wrote down, the first time he carried the ball, was vision plus. Now he's got 2 wide receivers split to the left, 1 to the right as he awaits the snap out of the shotgun. And we're going to get our first flag of the game as see who moved first. Looks like Triton kind of wiggled first, and they will move back. Of course, Zagan Horter, he's playing the center position. You talk about a growth spurt.
Yeah, no kidding.
I had to do a double take during camp. I looked, I'm like, I didn't believe him. Coach Barker, of course, in his 2nd season, he told me, I said, who's that? He goes, that's Zagan. I said, no, it's not. So Lucas Nicely's in the slot position left. That's a kid to keep an eye on. I like him a lot. Jimtown looked like they jumped. They got back set. Now Gayhart's going to send Mondi in motion, Caden Bradley. My bad. Bradley tries to bounce outside. Good shoot. The gap there by number 2, Nathan Guthrie. But Caden Bradley, there's another one. This kid here, I'll debut the nickname next week, but this kid here, we saw the gloves. And this kid last year made some spectacular catches down the stretch last year, and there were some big games where he came up big, especially that North Miami game.
Yeah, he had some very great catches, just calling for it. He called his shot, running in the end zone there, throw a little slant, and he just used those hands. We called out those green gloves all season.
And this time he's wearing the blue gloves. Out to your solo wide receiver to the right, Lucas Nicely and Mondi, the 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Of course, the helmets look different this year. We'll get to that in just a moment. Tyler Payton's going to switch sides, going now to the left hip of Ryder Gayhart. Jimtown showing blitz, and they're going to get A man cutting across that is Ben Anderson as he tried to stop, trying to shoot there and get up the middle and get a quick rush on the runner.
And that's something that's tricky for middle linebacker. You got to be able to learn that cadence as fast as possible, try to time it up, but then you never know when they're going to go on two. That's the problems about early start to a game, trying to figure it all out, the timing.
So Triton gets some of those yards back now. Second down and about 15. Gayhart going to try to bounce outside. The hole closes quickly. The Jimtown Jimmy defense clogs it up and doesn't let him through again. Anderson in there on the tackle.
Yeah, we see that sort of fake jet motion, and then it turns into a lead blocker. Just got to make sure we're getting on our horse and trying to get to a block as fast as possible and just picking a direction to turn your defender.
So if you're looking on your screen here, it's a little bit different scrimmage. They don't keep track of score. The number you see up there is the amount of plays they have left. Like we said, option A, they get 15 plays or 18 minutes, whichever one comes first. And that's why you see that. There's no scorekeeping tonight. It's just more of, hey, we're trying to figure out how to run our offense against somebody that's not us, which is good. It's kind of like you see the NFL preseason, same difference.
Yeah.
But their coaches aren't standing out on the field telling them what to do.
Yeah, that's right.
So now they're going to change the formation up. They're going to send the wide receivers to the right side. Dominic Bradley in the left tackle position for the Trojans as Bradley goes across the back of the line. Gayhart's going to try to throw, and he has a one. It's kind of spiraling, bobbled around. It's intercepted there by Murphy DePiro. But a flag. Did they throw a flag? They kind of blew it dead in a hurry. So, well, obviously because they're not going to let him run all the way through. But interception there. Now Ryder, he goes back there. I mean, pressure coming down. He's not really done this, but he doesn't have to throw the ball 30 yards down the field. Just get it there, and he's got an arm. He can get it there.
Oh, yeah, and you see him kind of take some contact on that throw. And that's where it kind of goes airmail and just a little bit of a wild one. So that's where that line will just figure out, start getting used to keeping that pass block and keep that area, and then Ryder will develop that vision at quarterback to know how to move around in the pocket.
And this is a good line for the Trojans, I think, to kind of gauge themselves before they go into next week against LaVille. You got a big front defensive line. You got a hungry linebacking core. I mean, we've already said Anderson's name a couple different times. There's a guy down there playing nose number 54, Owen Biggs, 6'1", 225. He's kind of anchored the middle there as they go 5 down linemen. Gayhart goes back and send a quick one to the flat to Bradley. He tries to make one move, makes one man miss, but loses the football. And he falls back on top of it.
Yeah, and you talking about the size of Jimtown. It's honestly a great one. It always gets me fired up that Triton schedules this as their scrimmage because it's a great first test, especially as like line where you're moving guys around, you're switching between guard and tackle or which left or right side you want them on, and this really kind of gets that feel and is a great test with some good size to have to defend against.
And what I like, too, you have guys that are, we're subbing out a lot of guys on the line. We're trying to see what combination works and kind of get an idea before they go into next week. Also, new wide receiver split out here to the left is number 21, Christopher Neer Jr. Be on the near side, we're in the 21. Back to Tyler Payton, bounces it out, bounces back in, but the Jimtown Jimmy defense doing a good job there up front. I mean, right for them, they're looking ready for week 1.
Yeah, they're crashing their holes down. They're fighting against that down block, and everybody's filling their gaps effectively. They're doing a good job stuffing that inside run game so far.
And as we noted about the helmets are different this year, the numbers are on the left side of the Trojans' helmet this year. New spear, white spear going down the middle. On the right side, the double sack tee, and they switched to white face mask this season. That's a good, clean look for Andy Barker's Trojans going into year 2 as Drew Barker now is going to make his way out onto the field, the Triton freshman. Going out there as well as Christian McIntosh. So get a good different look here. And I'll tell you what, one kid's really impressed me is Drew Barker. This kid here, I mean, only a freshman, but you watch it, you see the IQ. And this kid here, I mean, I'm telling you what, he's only a freshman. When he is a senior, that is a young man. You want to make sure you circle his name.
Yeah, he's blown me away. I mean, even just being an 8th grader last year, having coached him and just seeing some of the plays he'll make.
So see what Drew here on his first snap out of the shotgun, hands it to Ryder Gayhart. Look at Ryder, good vision up the middle. He gets a few yards. I'll bring up 4th down on that far side. And one thing with Drew that I get to see, and like I said, especially during the youth camp, I like to pay attention to how these kids how they react to everybody. These guys here, I mean, it kind of gives me that feeling of that group, that Triton basketball team there a few years ago, where with Tanner Woodhoyo and Dante Workman, they just kind of became a team, kind of meshed. That's the kind of the feeling I got with this Triton team, especially watching there in camp.
Yeah, and then we've already highlighted how there's been a lot of guys coming in and out, just rotating off, and that's been the program that's been built is just next man up kind of mentality. And having graduated a big senior class, you've had guys that have gotten the reps in practice and already know these positions well.
So Barker looking. Jimtown showing blitz and Ryder trying to stop, but he does. So he makes a little adjustment. Barker's going to roll left. Here comes the pressure. He slings it across. He finds McIntosh. McIntosh back up there, or excuse me, near, and he falls down. I saw the 20.
Right, yeah.
See, this is what's good for us, too. We have to work the bugs out, right, Orion?
Oh, yeah. No replay tonight.
No replay tonight.
That's our biggest bug, I guess, at the moment.
Well, we worked through. We were unsupervised, and we made it work, so it's all right. Of course, good for us. I mean, kind of getting things worked out. Of course, like tomorrow, we're going to see if we can get the volleyball the Triton early bird invite. Is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Something like that. Well, either way, we're going to be doing that, so we're going to try. So Blake Ousley's going to be in the near side spot as they hand it back to Ryder Gayhart. He's got some blockers. Good seam up there by good opening there on the run. Nice job there by that outside tackle group and the tight end to really open things up.
Yeah, and you see the receiver there on the outside, number 10, Roman Fenton, with a great block, just getting downfield, pushing his defender, and just driving those feet. Opened up a good lane. Could have given him some green grass if he broke free.
Oh, and I'm going to sound like Sean Payton. I like wide receivers that block down the field.
Yeah. I mean, you never know when he can break out of a tackle, and then you're the last one. You're the very last block that needs to happen for a touchdown.
Triton going to go the same formation. Barker back out of the shotgun again. Jimtown showing blitz. They're going to try to barrel through. Goes back to Ryder Gayhart. Good cut up field. Fighting through and a good bring down there. Is then on the tackle again is Anderson. I think also with him there on the tackle, I believe was number 2, Guthrie. Triton this season, 5 seniors on this squad, 8 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 12 freshmen. A big freshman class for the Trojans, and for Andy Barker, that's a big deal. And I guess those numbers might not be completely correct. That was what I had last night. That could change by Monday.
Yeah, and I mean, that should get you excited having a young program. And obviously that's where these moments are some of the most valuable, being able to see which young guys are really retaining that info that you've thrown at them all summer long.
So they're going to shift Ousley out left. Barker looking right, going to go Tyler Payton. And just a little tad too tall was the right idea, just a little tall for him.
And that's a big thing he'll get eased out as the practices goes on. You start to see it in game under the lights. It's just the timing of everything. You get that flow, you get the confidence, and you start to just let the brain just kind of turn off a little bit, and you just go because you've got that muscle memory and you've worked it day in and day out.
And especially, I mean, right now you're not looking for a team that's mid-season form in a scrimmage. You want to see everybody kind of work the things out so you can take it into next week for your game plan against your first opponent.
Yeah, I completely agree.
2 wide receivers stacked to the left for Barker. Tight end solo out to the right side. Shovel past and nicely, and he gets brought down. Both Jimmys fired right through there. Leading the way there was number 59, Connor Freed. 6'1", 260-pound junior for the Jimmies.
And we talk again about that stocky size, but they're doing a good job of being nimble on their feet and just firing out very low and just breaking through those gaps on the front line. And
Triton right now, I mean, it comes down, I mean, they've got some size on that line. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with that. I mean, your only person was really I guess 2 players, with Greg Bradley and Charlie Worsham getting a lot of offensive line reps. Dominic Bradley's another one who's very good, but I really like Horder down there as well. He's one that really has kind of grown on me, watching him especially as well. Ashton Jacobs out there too. As Peyton bursts through the line. As they're 3 plays away from Jimtown getting their first offensive attempts. Like looking down there, I look at a guy like here, Chris Sullivan wearing number 50s. You see him getting ready to walk back out there. I mean, for these guys, I mean, there's a lot of promise with what they're able to do. But you're young. This is a young team, but this is a team that wants to put the work in and is showing up.
Yeah, and when you've got that versatility like this, that's where you can really take some time to experiment and figure out where everybody's going to land, because especially on the line, you study your playbook enough, which, I mean, as a coach, we love to preach that. Just get in that playbook, know every position, because then a coach can feel comfortable throwing you somewhere last second. That's how you get those reps, and you start to just let your effort do the talking.
So it looks like Triton's going to shift the defense out there now. So I think they're just going to forfeit the next 3 plays to get on defense, but just try to get the offensive break and do something different. Cord Atkinson, talked to him. He was had a spectacular defense last year. Those guys there, I mean, you look what they did, 17 points allowed last year. I mean, that was across all those games. They played some serious football.
Yes, the defense definitely did a good job of just working right into the offense, setting them up well, and hopefully they do that again this year. And, yeah, Cord's got a good thing going.
Also, this season, our weather reports are going to come from a different state.
Oh, wow.
Go from a different state this year. We'll get started with that. We'll get to that in just a moment. But, well, after a quite long week, it's been all rain and storms. It seems weather is making its way for a beautiful night to start off the season for the Trojans here tonight. Throughout tonight's scrimmage, temperatures will be in the high 70s thanks to some showers early in the day that saves us from that blistering summer heat, but humidity and percentages still in the upper 80s, making some pretty humid air as we can tell. There will be a small chance for a pop-up shower too, but nothing too significant. Winds will be very light, being around 5 miles an hour at most, and mostly cloudy skies, without a doubt. A beautiful summer night for tonight's scrimmage. This forecast brought to you by Oklahoma Sooner freshman Liam Watkins. You can check him out on his weather reports and storm chasing on social media at Liam Watkins. He's been chasing some storms this year. I've been keeping tabs.
I mean, if you want a place to be, Oklahoma.
Hey, I formation for the Jimmies. Triton settles in on defense. After the running back there, as Nash Hamby gets through. Looks like their quarterback setting up out there is Cameron Enbody.
A good tackle there by number 22, Ryder Gayhart. Just grabbed on, held onto those feet for dear life. Eventually he'll come down.
And looking along that line, there's so many different combinations you can go there. I really like seeing, Tyler Payton working off the edge. You look at your down lineman, there's some size and some experience there as well.
Yeah, and Tyler on that outside linebacker position, he's really thrived in that since junior high when I first got to him, and just being able to see his speed but aggression, it's a good place to be for him.
Logan Collins also out there. We'll get the rest of them here momentarily. Gonna fire. He's got a man downfield, but it bobbled and dropped there by DePiro as Enbody's pass was on target. It was a good step into that throw. It was an accurate throw. Just like I said, DePiro just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, I mean, as a wide receiver, you're seeing your first looks of the year with another colored jersey against you, and that's just another thing in your mind while you're just trying to run down there, get that timing, get the ball, secure it, and you got a defender against you. All things will work out as they go on.
So one wide receiver split out to the right. Stack formation in the backfield. Snap, going to hand it off there. And brought down on the carry is Guthrie.
Just as we spoke about him, Tyler Payton taking him down right there, just on that outside. You saw that gap really open up, doing a good job by the Jimmies. Have that kick-out block, and then the rest of the line just blocking straight down. Had a good hole open up, and then that's where Tyler just comes in off that edge and just closes down along the line.
McIntosh also out there, linebacker. I was trying to get Logan Collins the other one. Ryder Gayhart on the far side. So trying really 3 down linemen. I like this defense for this group. Lucas Nice in the near side corner. Goes up the middle and busting free there is Nathan Guthrie. The Jimmies moving the ball well here on their first offensive possession.
Yeah, that was a good ball fake. It had me fooled for a moment as well. They're doing a good job of really selling that, crunching down, acting like you're taking that handoff.
Just close your eyes for a moment, everybody. The camera's moving.
Oh, I thought I switched cameras.
That's all right. See, this is practice for us.
Well, he doesn't know that his camera's live either, so.
Well, it's all right. He didn't want to wear a headset either, so can't fault him there. Now the work from the Triton 40-yard line. It was a good shoot the gap there by Ryder Gayhart, but Hamby is free. In and out cutting, gets past Caden Bradley, has a trio to beat, but he's still dragging defenders on down inside the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal there for the Jimmies.
And a good hard run from him. You thought he'd go back taking a loss at first, and then he just holds that stiff arm strong and then just cuts along the sideline.
And to be told, that was a good shoot there by Ryder Gayhart to get through there, made contact, but like I said, it was even better play there by Hamby just to escape the tackle.
Yeah, and that's just where you continue to just preach the fundamentals of the tackle right there, get your shoulder on his hip, and just wrap up and continue to try to pull a hawk roll tackle on him.
So Enbody receives the play as they send it in. Offset back formation in the backfield. Trying to plug the middle. Enbody. Goes right back to Guthrie. And I think he's going to get in, and it is a touchdown for the Jimmies on their first drive. Couple of big plays there. And their offensive line doing a nice job opening up those gaps for the backs to get through.
Yeah, they strung a good drive together, putting some great blocks, and Triton made him earn it for a while, and then just one big play breaks loose, but nothing to be discouraged about at all.
Well, and Jimtown did a nice job that second level blocking going down through there through two. But, Triton had some good tackles and some good stops there, but Jimtown just made some better offensive plays.
Yeah, and then it was just good hard running and great effort from both sides, and a good first drive to see from the Trojan defense. Just get a taste of it.
So Cord Atkinson trying to get his defense all set. We're going to go Fenton out to the left side corner. As Mondi comes off. Chris Neer going to shift him in. Back to an offset back formation. There's the snap. Going to look right. Hit the quick hitter there to Metelka. I didn't get to ask any questions. I was too busy setting up.
Brought down there by number 10, Robin Fenton.
We'll just go Torian today. We're trying to get things figured out. I'll be better tomorrow, Ryan.
I wasn't even expecting to call volleyball tomorrow.
Oh, hey, it's whatever you want to do. We don't have to.
I mean, if you got the roster.
There's just something I got to do at 1 o'clock. It's kind of important, but it'll be all right. Hand off again. Good cut inside and out. Running there by Hamby again. He's showed some real good decisiveness for the Jimmies. Of course, they're working in that Indiana Northern State Conference out there with that group.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, with Bremen, Jimtown, Glenn, Knox, LaVille, and Tippecanoe Valley all in that conference.
Yeah, it's a good star-studded group.
Of course, Triton will see 2 of those conference opponents there in the first 2 weeks of the regular season for their non-conference schedule. And body back under center, takes a look, settles in. The officials were in good spirits when they came up here to visit us in the press box tonight. Pass is deep down the left sideline, just a tad too far out in front there for Saloff. I mean, I'll tell you what, you look at this in-body here, a senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. This kid's got an arm. And Reed, I mean, he's put enough air underneath the ball to maybe just work on that touch a little bit. He's going to be a special quarterback for the Jimmies.
Yeah, for sure. He looks the part, built like an athlete, and, yeah, if he just starts to deliver some great little technique.
So Hunter Trusty now checking in out there at linebacker, Braden Gunnels. So Hunter Trusty now checking in out there at linebacker, Braden Gunnels. He's one I'm excited about.
Yes.
Gunnels. Out there in the middle part of that linebacking crew. Inching his way towards the line. And body looking right. Good pass on target. As it's completed there, on the way and going is Schaefer. Schaefer gets outside, cuts back in, makes a defender miss, kicks on the Jets. Jimmy's in for 6 more.
That's where we talk about, I just mentioned on those little short passes with the wide receivers, corners just have to be a little quicker to recognize that and close that space a little bit faster, so that way you don't have those tough open field tackles. That's what the wide receivers are known for. They get the ball in their hands and they want to dance.
Well, there's a reason why you want to get to your playmakers' hands, because they are, like I said, they get out and dance. They're very decisive, and that's one thing with seeing some of these Jimtown playmakers, very decisive with their footwork.
Yeah, they're just willing to find a little gap, make 1 or 2 cuts, and then just go full steam ahead downfield. They're going to run hard. They're going to run with passion, and they've been tough to take down so far tonight. You see here from the Trojans, just missing a couple of them, and that's just where you just work on those fundamentals a little bit. Try to get in there, and you're not just diving, trying to spear tackle. I know we got the spears on our helmets, but we'll keep that to the decorations, and we'll tackle correctly.
There we go. I like that. That was good. I like that. I like that. Goes outside this time to Guthrie. Guthrie's got a seam. He's barreling through defenders, as looks like Gunnels also combining with McIntosh as well in the tackle there on the outside. So after the next part of this option B, there will be a 4-minute break, and then it'll be 10 plays or 12 minutes for both sides. They'll start in the red zone on the 10-yard line. Goal-to-go situations.
Yeah.
Those are important.
Yeah, and you see how you stack your defense as well if you want to load that box.
Yep. And body again back under center. Oh, a fumble there, lost. Good read. Good pickup by Hamby, but also in there. Did you catch who else that was down in there on that tackle?
Yeah, number 59. Looked like Ashton
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
That's who I thought it was. I thought it was Jacobs. It's good heads up play by him to see the ball on the ground and go. And
yeah, he was right in there. He was going to be ready to go make a great effort on a tackle, but then, yeah, just a little bit of trouble securing the football. He's right there to try to jump on it.
You know, and looking down here, some of these new faces out here on the football team, I'm real excited with some of the players we got, you know, strapping up to play football this year.
Yeah, we had a lot of kids come up from junior high, and then, yeah, some kids coming in from other schools. It's exciting times.
Even some players haven't really played football in high school. What a burst there by Hamby. Hit the hole and didn't look back.
Yeah, he breaks past there with speed. As soon as he's getting past the side, like the line of scrimmage, he's 6 yards down the field before you know it.
So Tyler Payton checking back in. And Gunnels is one I think you can – he's one I kind of – when I found out he was playing football, I was real excited because knowing how tough and strong he is, especially, like I said, I saw him play baseball. This kid is just a beast on the diamond. He's one that could be a real difference maker out here for that defense.
Yeah, and you can tell he's been in the weight room for sure, bulked up quite a bit since I've last seen him. Looks like he's going to cause some havoc down there in the middle.
And that was something I heard from, Coach Barker talking about as new quarterback in the game. As the handoff there goes to Guthrie, as Colton Wall now in there at quarterback. But these guys here at the buy-in, to show up, to put the work in, hitting the weight room, working in here in the offseason, that's a big deal.
And this is where you start to see it first and foremost. You get that just raw talent. The mechanics and everything will come together as the season goes on. That's where you become a polished football team. But right now you just take that raw effort and everything that you've put into it. That's where you start to stand out and really gain your reps.
So that's the final play of the first session. I guess it's 15 play. I said that right. But you look out there. Promising start for both sides, I think. It's just a lot to work on.
Yeah, and it's really everything you expect to see in a scrimmage game. We're getting good taste and just see a little bit from both sides, and both coaches will make the adjustments accordingly.
So we'll take a quick break here. We'll be back for the next session right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage/rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, as we get set for the second portion of tonight's scrimmage, as it'll be 10 plays for 12 minutes, and they will start from the 10-yard line on goal-to-go situations. What kind of things are you looking at here, Braden, if you're either side of what things you're trying to build to look?
I really want to see both teams try to throw in some different packages. Go out of your base looks, get into some of like your heavy looks, really try to go for that goal line, send in some bigger heavy sets, get some lead blockers.
And this is a big spot here for this Triton offensive line. Yeah, the first drive wasn't quite where you wanted it to be, but they're, like I said, a young line, but there's some size down there. Time to just dig deep. See if you can create an opening here. Gayhart back out there at quarterback. Going to hand it to Tyler Payton. Payton sees the outside, cuts inside, he bounces in. Good job out there on especially the right side, really opening up that hole for Tyler to accelerate through.
Yeah, and that's where you just have to be more decisive as a blocker. You just have to get in the way somewhere. So you just have to go find a man, put your hands on him, and just turn your body so that way the running back can just read off of you. And that's exactly what Tyler did, and then you see success come off of that.
But we talked about, like I said, what thing do you want to see improve right there? Triton improved on that play. Hey, we didn't quite get what we wanted on there on that first series where we kind of want to do what we want to do on the offensive line, but how to answer, this is the spot you really want to answer.
And that's how you see just the great coaching staff that Triton has and the ability to make those on-the-fly adjustments right away. And being against another team, this is where you really get to prove and earn that paycheck as a coach.
Two wide receivers to the right. Gayhart's going to throw it across the middle, but it's intercepted by Hamby, looking for Caden Bradley, maybe just a little too far out in front of the play. That's going to send in Noah Mondi for Nicely. Also checking in now will be Sullivan for Lucas Nicely. I'm telling you, keep an eye on number 33. I said that last year.
Yeah.
We were standing, I said, now watch old 33 here, and he had that big tackle. I was
yeah.
like, I'm telling you, right on cue.
And you called it about this time last year.
I'm just telling
you. Right away.
33 is going to be specialist here. Lucas Nicely for the Trojans.
Yeah, we got to get our early predictions in for who we're going to say, whose names we're going to be saying a lot this year.
Gayhart again, goes back to Tyler Payton, bounces it outside, fights through the tackle, cuts back inside. It was a good cut. He's still on his feet fighting through. And right there, that vision to see that, hey, outside isn't open there. I'm going to bounce out, get through the tackle, plant your foot, and go straight to the end zone.
Yeah, and that's just trying to make something out of nothing right there. Just Jimtown, once again, doing a good job off that line, just flooding up and just plugging those gaps where you're trying to go is the first option. So you got to make something work.
Triton so far in 3 plays is, like I said, minus the interception. Got the touchdown on the first play, and now working inside the 10. 2 wide receivers stacked out to the left. Sullivan now to snap. Goes to Gayhart, rolling left. The defense breaks free. Ryder Gayhart can't get through. What an burst there by Ben Anderson. Came through there on like a shot.
Yeah.
Right through.
Had no time at all. It's drawn up to have that big rollout too, but he was running at full speed and they still caught up to him.
So Drew Barker now checking in back at quarterback.
And that's where you see Coach Cook getting on that line a little bit. he's telling them fire out a little lower, get those hands up, and create that pass protection.
As I tell another football player in our household, leverage wins.
Yeah.
Low man wins.
Yeah, you don't always got to worry about the size or what that number says on the scale. You just get low and fire out hard.
Yep.
You're going to win most of your battles.
I believe that football player better be studying his gap assignments. Paper's drawn up and on the wall.
Oh, nice. That's dedication right there.
There we go. Barker now back out there, a quarterback, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jimtown really wanted to pursue there as they're trying to fight across that line early. Barker, the shovel pass to Bradley. The sweep play left. So look at Bradley. Good cut back inside. He's on his feet and working inside the 5. Looks like about to the 2-yard line. The Trojans get to reset. And again, Caden Bradley, his vision, him as well. He's, watching him run track. I got to go watch track last year at Warsaw there was that the regional, Orion?
Yeah.
So we got to go. Yeah, it was regional. Yeah, it was regional. Well, we went down there. We got to watch that relay team break the record yet again. I'll tell you what. You look at those guys. Caden Bradley was one. That kid just takes off, and he is. I mean, you talk about fast. He's got it.
Yeah, and that's where you've seen so far on these drives. We've had some success on the outside when we get those runs and when we get those initial blocks where we've got that time to scrape to the outside. Our runners do the work. They've got the vision. They make those cutbacks. We just got to be able to hold on those blocks, allow them to do so.
So Barker now. Drops it across, and the little catch there is to Oosley, and it is a touchdown. Good read there by Drew Barker. Felt the pressure coming in there.
Yeah, that's just a great touch on that, great finesse, especially for a freshman to be able to just take those little itsy-bitsy steps back, let the defensive line just come up there, think they're getting a free sack, and then you just wait just enough and you dump it right over their head.
And his composure and poise there in the pocket as, pressure bearing down. That's something as a freshman you see very often.
No, yeah, you let your brain start to scatter and you see a bunch of big guys running at you. I mean, what you want to do is you kind of want to tuck that ball and scramble. But, yeah, he held his own right there and makes a good little play.
So 2 wide receivers stacked to either side for Barker as he waits the snap out of the shotgun. Goes back to throw, rolls left. Here comes the pressure. Barker going to take it off himself and gets out of bounds. There you again. Something out of nothing.
Yeah, and that's just poise right there. And I bet Coach Barker just can be a little happy with that one, knowing his boy is, just holding himself very well and just sees right there there's not going to be much to happen. You're trying to run and keep the play going. Go just tuck it, get a couple yards, get out of bounds, keep yourself safe for another day.
And Triton has done really well down here inside the 10. This is, and right there, you have, even like if you're back out here on the 40-yard line, still a 1st and 10, you treat it like it's goal-to-go situation. You just want to keep inching your way forward.
Yeah, and this is the crucial part. I always feel like this is the more important sort of section on the scrimmage is can you finish a drive? It doesn't matter if you're able to trot it down 90 yards every single time. Can you finish it right here in the red zone?
So Triton is going to move 3 guys to the right for Barker. So line settles in. Jimtown ready to jump across, but we're going to get I believe a false start on the offense. They'll move back. And Jimtown right there, just kind of wanting to pressure through and just all that movement, and they're wanting to kind of get in there. It's really throwing off that Triton offensive line.
Yeah, and you just have to think, hey, I know the snap count. They don't. So, yeah, they're antsy. They're trying to predict what's happening, but I know. Don't let them fool me.
Now Barker settles back in. Goes back to throw a clean pocket. Slings it to Peyton. Peyton catches it on the right side, gets through, but a good pursuit tackle there. I believe that was Tucker Saloff, number 34 in there on the tackle. I'm getting faster seeing names.
Right, yeah.
I'm almost in week 1 form, Orion. Like 4th quarter, week 1 form.
Maybe halfway through 2nd quarter, week 1 form.
Yeah, maybe.
That's where I'm getting there. It's the big drive before half. See if you tie it up.
There you go.
That's where I'm at.
That's the big drive. There you go. Of course, as we know, like I said, starting next week, the Trojans will be hosting the Lancers, be at Bremen the week after, and they'll host Culver, and then back-to-back back-to-back away games against South Central and Winamac as we get set in for this next play here. So they lost yards on the play. Back now past the 15-yard line. Looks like at the 16 for Barker. The freshman goes back to throw, looking right. Leaves one up high and intercepted. A good high-pointed interception there by the Jimmies. As I believe in there on the interception was Garrett Fleming, sophomore defensive back. Intended for Bradley.
And that's just one that takes a lot of time, throwing that fade right there where you just have to perfectly time how much am I lofting it, but I can't let it stay up there too long, and just get the timing, learn your wide receivers, and kind of know their step. You'll get that all situated as you continue to just throw a couple more of those.
Going back to the schedule, as you said, those 2 back-to-back games against South Central Winnemac on the road. They'll be home against North Judson at Caston this season. They'll host Pioneer. That'll be the last home game. And then they will be at North Miami to round out the year, which we'll have all those up for you next week. And illegal procedure on the Trojans, not getting set.
And these are those things you want to get out of the way now. It's a scrimmage. Do not want these silly things to happen once it's actually time for the real season.
Well, good to see Jeff Crooks from Angola watching. He says, great to see and hear the broadcast. Looking forward to a great season in all the fall sports. Absolutely. Got to meet him last year. I have that special shirt he made for me. It's Peyton trying to go through.
Jimtown once again just clogging up that middle.
And they're leading the tackle there was Bo Blessing, 5'10", 215-pound junior.
See Julian Johnson, number 76, in there to help. Both of them getting fired up, just doing a good job of doing their assignments, something they can be proud of.
And Triton runs out of plays there for their spot. And now Jimtown will go to work on the 10-yard line on this side. Of course, like I said, it's
What time does volleyball start in the morning?
9 o'clock is when things get cranking.
I'm thinking we better set up tonight.
All right. I mean, it isn't like I got to drive far away,
No.
so, I mean, we're good. And we'll see if we'll have commentary or not. We'll see how things get set up first. We got to, like I said, we got to get all this. We had to turn on. There was dust that billowed outside of the computer when we turned it on. And, hey, what is that thing for? There's a couple moments.
There's some familiar faces walking in.
Oh, yeah. Got the torpedo and the jet. Going to take a seat. Now, high school graduates. Get to see Colton at football practice when I go watch my football player work a little bit.
Nice.
So as Jimtown gets settled in, Triton's going to bring it back out here on defense. Now Jimtown showed they can move the ball extremely well. They were able to get those holes opened up to get through. But now for this Triton linebacking crew, that second level, if you're Coach Atkinson, what are you telling these guys going into this to improve from their last time out?
I'm telling everybody to get a little lower and just get those feet closer as you try to make that tackle. Saw a lot of people just kind of lowering their heads and just trying to dive at them. Arms don't tackle, the bodies do.
Just put a body.
Get in there and everybody flow together.
They get settled in. Split back formation in the backfield. As in-body takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. The option play to the left. He beats the defense, and they walk right in. Good pull there by the guards, and good, like I said, those blocking assignments handled really well there by this Jimtown defense.
Yeah, the misdirection that was drawn up there worked directly in their favor. Trojans just getting caught on that. It's where, especially as the linebackers, you just make sure you're reading your guards. And everybody else, yeah, just read your keys. Don't let your eyes get lost in everything in the backfield.
I like seeing these players down here talking with the coaches, asking questions, looking attentive. Switch to Caden's look down there. He's positioned well. Jimtown again. Hands it right back off. It looks like that was Guthrie. And he goes through for a Jimtown touchdown. But you look at what Jimtown's doing, though. I mean, you see what those offensive linemen are doing. They're just doing a nice job. You see how, like an experienced offensive line, they're doing the right thing by moving those guys and getting to that next level.
Yeah, they're getting inside, outside very well. Just moving the right foot off the line. Get that inside step first. To move those hips, face your butt to a sideline and just drive, and then eventually get to that next level. They're doing all of those things very well, and that's where we talk about a great historical program that just knows how to teach their players the right things, how to do it very effectively.
Of course, following this, I might go down and have a conversation or two. Our coaching staff. So like I said, the Triton, I mean, show up here to these home games. There's going to be a lot of new things and some things to be excited about next week. Oh, good high pass, good spot. Back shoulder throw into the end zone there for DePiro. And body again showing off the touch to drop that one in the bucket.
Yeah, laid it right in the breadbasket. Perfect in stride. Didn't have to do much for that one. Made it easy on the receiver.
And it was good defense by, I mean, Triton had good coverage on that. It was just a great throw.
Yeah, you're not out of phase by any means. You're right on his hip. That's just where you start to read the receiver's eyes as they start to get big. You see those pupils dilate. He's got his hands up. You got to get yours in there. Hand fight. Do not let him come down with that.
Channing Heckerman checking in along the line. Dominic Bradley back in the ball game.
Love to see everybody just getting their chance, mix them around, see, hey, here's what you've got. You've shown this in practice. Now see what you can do against the other team.
And Body now going to hand it off up the middle. There on the carry is Ben Anderson. And he's going to get stopped about a yard shy. We got a Trojan slow to get up. So Bradley will shake it up on the play. Quickly checking in, his back is Zagan Horder.
That's where you go. You got that next play mentality. Shake it off. Another person's in. Everybody's got to be ready, and that's where you just study that playbook, and not just for your position. Be ready for the surrounding positions around you, because you never know when the next play is your shot.
Jimtown knocking on the door. Yard to go. Right back, and Hamby walks right in. Good opening again. It was like you said, talk about the down blocking, but still, you see that team really doing a nice job just really giving him those lanes to run.
Yeah, and then you just had a good lead block there. But number 34, Tucker Saloff, just follows right behind him. And that's where as a lead blocker, you just don't think too much. You just go, move, don't plug up that hole for your running back behind you. Just go full steam ahead, pick a direction, let them follow right behind. Makes it tough as a linebacker trying to shed a block and get down on a tackle, especially when you've only got a yard to go.
Triton sends out some new players as Mondi comes off the floor, or I guess off the field. My goodness, see, this is why we have a scrimmage, so we can figure out the.
It was too long without football. That's what
it
boils down to.
It was too long without football. Although we went really far in basketball, which was fun. Back to throw there is Wall. He slings a line drive shot right over top. Ousley had a shot at it. The touchdown there is caught by Lucas Toth.
Threaded that pass.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, that was Van Hooser on the catch. I saw the 6.
And that's where, yeah, like football, you get the jerseys. Sometimes it's crumpled up. You see half a number. You start assuming.
Well, I just appreciate that I can see him from up here. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
We had a question why there's no field goals.
Because so what this is, so you have two different options. There's option A or option B. Option A is actually where you'll see the kicking plays and the extra points after that. For what they chose here with option B, there's no kicking with these options that they have set up for the scrimmages. It's just offense and defense.
And a great play by Ryder Gayhart.
Full throttle to go in there to make that stop. At the same time, you look at that. Option A is different. You usually don't really see that one. We've always seen option B since I've been here. But both times gets 150 minutes for that, including warm-up and breaks, 106 plays maximum for both sides. There's 96 plays maximum for the other one, but that's, again, you don't really see a whole lot of kicking in scrimmages, at least in that. Sometimes you'll see those at a bigger school, and other schools just decide that's the option they want to go with. That's why there's two different options.
Yeah, and a lot of the times you just really want to see as many plays as you've been going. You've thrown a whole playbook at these kids. You can see what they retain and really just how they execute, especially as they move around the field.
And right there, the Triton defense waking up, seeing a good spot there. Look at that, Zagan Horder getting in there with Gunnels.
And again, Ryder Gehert just doing a good job of closing up that edge, forcing the runner back inside. He gets his steps on the outside because, yeah, you want to avoid them getting to the sideline and running on that green grass as much as possible. So you clean that, you cover. The line did their job of spilling it out. You plug it back in. Safeties and middle linebackers come clean it up on that cutback.
They settle back in. Back at quarterback's Colton Wall. Goes back here. Peyton's got a beat on it. Gets there just a little late, but the touchdown toss is good to Stuckey as he brings it in for the Jimmies. But good pursuit there by Tyler Peyton getting in there.
Yeah, he had one thing on his mind, and that was a sack. Just about had it happen.
And again, you look out there, I mean, like I said, you see the speed with some of these guys. We kind of saw, granted, like I said, you had a great group of seniors that were ahead of you last season. Now some of these younger guys are getting a look. There's a lot of athleticism there, too. And for these guys, that speed's there. Those tackles for loss are going to come if, like I said, you keep working on it.
Yeah, they're ferocious. They're ready. They've been itching for their chance. Yeah, that big senior class is gone now, and now it's your time to shine. And you've had that time to really look and learn from them on how they do it. Now you just have to execute.
This time the carry there, taken by Jones, and he gets to the outside corner and walks it right into the end zone. But Jimtown really showing that they can block on both sides. I mean, for them, their offensive line doing a nice job, like you said, moving, creating those lanes. And then this time you saw the sweep play, the blocking up the field in the second level really paid off there.
Yeah, they're firing out well. The pulling guards did great jobs there. And then you just see, like, the eyes. You see the helmets turning and just looking at this good spots. As a pulling guard, you're looking inside first. Those linebackers are scraping. They're not going to stay stationary forever. So you got to be looking inside and try to get them as they're trying to pursue the outside.
So we'll take a quick break here as we're going to get set for the next set of things here. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance.
And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Scrimmage here tonight with Jimtown and Triton. I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here is Braden Cunningham, Kenny Barnhart on remote support. Cade running our sideline. Cameron is always the Hall of Famer Ryan Lemmer here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube for this broadcast. And before we get the next plays going, we want to remind you that this upcoming season, when we had so much success with it during basketball season, we will be charging for football. All varsity sports will be charged. We're not doing it tonight and tomorrow just for kind of the preview as we get ready for the season. But starting Monday, we will be doing volleyball. Will be charged. We buy pay-per-view. It's $9.99 a month.
Yep.
And you get unlimited high school sports with that. Junior high and elementary games will still be without subscription, but the high school games will be pay-per-view. You pay the monthly subscription, but if you think about that, a $7 ticket or a $9.99 monthly subscription where you can watch whatever you want to watch. So with that being said, all those proceeds do go towards equipment costs, subscription fees, and things like that to help the broadcast continue to delivering and covering the stories that we've covered for this Triton School Corporation. And it was a big success last year, and we're looking to gain some more success off it as well.
Yeah, it keeps us from having to get a second job.
Yes. I mean, like I said, unfortunately, that's what the cost of things with subscriptions and fees and different things like that, like I said, with TTSN, it was helpful, and we're able to take our broadcast to new heights. As Tyler Payton, a good hard run there to the left side for him. But again, we appreciate everybody watching and subscribing last year, and we hope you continue to do that as well as we continue to build this broadcast and take to new heights as we look forward to improving each and every broadcast. So,
yeah, we want to just showcase some good student athletes and put a good product together.
Exactly, and really, like I said, showcase these athletes, showcase this community and things like that. And like I said, the support's been great, and like I said, we do appreciate everybody. And
I think our biggest improvement for football and volleyball will be Kenny's stat programs he's been working on. That's going to kind of mimic what we do for basketball.
Yep. So that'll be interesting. I'm excited for that. I played with it a little bit, so I'll get that tutorial probably next week. Is Jimtown going to jump the gun there as Owen Biggs busting through? But like I said, some new different things. I mean, we really got creative with a lot of things that are torn down from basketball last season. We had those audio-only broadcasts, and Kenny's done a great job with some new things, like Orion said, with the stat programs. And, we have that TTSN.live where we should have some live scoring updates. If you're unable to get the stream going, you can go do that as well. So some new things coming up. I'm excited. We've got some new faces going to join the broadcast this year. Caden Bradley with the catch. And the ground caused the fumble. He had to complete all the way down. I think the officials are going to give him the spot, maybe. Looks like it, and they are. It was a good grab there, and Cade Brush showing off those hands.
Yeah, he's very good at bringing that ball in, and yeah, once you see him kind of turn his head, and they usually call it making a football move. Yep. And it's like, yeah, you've got that head forward, you continue to make some strides and look, and then you come down, you hit the ground, and then it pops out. So yeah, that's a completed catch and a good one too to just move them along.
Do you want a seat? Because I've been sitting the whole time.
I'm all right. I sit for my job, so I like to try to find my places to stand now.
You may have to stay afterwards and at least get our stuff to the gator to help us get to the car. Cause
no worries. My workout for the day.
We might do some interviews post-game as well as Tyler Payton working through. And again, Jimtown's defense doing a nice job really getting in there and taking away those lanes.
Yeah, they're just all flowing together, and it's not 1 versus 11. It's 11 versus 11. You're all going out there, you're doing your job, and when you work together like that, you have some good stops. You're making Trojans earn it, and that's what you need. And that's why we schedule Jimtown, because we know they're going to be a great opponent to just prepare us, put some good looks, and just make us really work hard, and just point out our areas for improvement.
Well, Orion, we may not have on-field interviews tonight.
Oh, do we not?
Oh, we're missing antennas?
We're missing one of the antennas, I think.
Oh, just one?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I just got to set it up. I didn't set it up. That's my bad. I forgot. We're using something different. Gayhart, the shovel pass. Bradley didn't quite drag it in.
Technically incomplete pass.
With the shovel. Boy, now easy there now. Bo Blessing is a little too fired up going across the side, about slipped and fell there. It's something I would have probably done.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll let you talk for a second. I'm going to go see if I can find that stuff.
All right, yeah.
Oh, the microphone stuff I think's in the laptop case.
all this equipment comes together very carefully.
Another thing that we wouldn't see necessarily on the broadcast, but we are thinking about getting another set of equipment so we don't have to haul stuff back and forth so much.
Yeah, that's definitely the part behind the scenes, that all of that moving around, trying to see, hey, do we want to move it tonight or tomorrow morning? And they just totally plugged that one up there for the Jimmies, not letting anything by them. And like I've highlighted earlier, they're just doing a good job of really plugging up that inside run game, making it tough for the Trojans and just making the O-line earn it as they all kind of fall into place, solidify their gaps and the timing. You've got different quarterbacks coming in and out, so you hear different cadences. And just the timing of everything, it's all going to flow together. All right, so we got Ryder Gayhart back in there. Tyler Payton on his left hip, 2 to the right and 1 on the left. Drops back for the pass. We see a little split routes, just a little too high right there. Number 1, Murphy DePiro, not quite able to corral it in for the interception. But yeah, we see those low and high routes. You just send one off on a deep go, and then you get one on a long out. Try to get that misdirection. See if the defenders are in their zones or if they can handle the man. Clean up the pass, drop it down a little bit, and that's a good clean play.
Exactly. I found everything, except I got to get the antennas.
No worries.
Like I said, we got to shake the rust off, too. And of course, Caden doing it again with those sideline shots. He's really, I don't know, Orion. It's kind of hard to believe he's been doing this for, this will be year number 5.
Man, time just flies when you're having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about some football. And
Orion's protege down there.
We need to get the tallies working for football, and I think we'll be in good shape.
There we go. Tyler Payton busting it outside. Gets brought down on a good pursuit tackle there by Xander Whitaker.
And just really extending that play. Almost lost a couple of yards there and then able to get a good gain out of it. Keep those feet moving. Drive around and make a couple Jimmies miss. Good hard run there.
And I'll tell you what, Tyler Payton and last year really impressed me. There's a pro comparison. I won't pull it out yet. Well, we can talk about that off the air, but there's some things. This kid here, I mean, just his attitude and his willingness to compete. We saw it during basketball as well. He's a special kid, and the future's bright for him. I mean, great athlete, but he's even a better kid.
Yeah, just a great person to be around and puts it all out there.
Looks like Triton's going to move early.
A little bit of confusion there on the line. Are we on 1 or are we on 2? It's where you got to just really be listening in on the huddle. There's a million different things happening. You're just trying to hear your one piece of the play, hear your couple words and go. But you really got to hone in and hear that cadence.
Gayhart again. This time he's going to go back to throw. Has plenty of time looking downfield. Here comes the pressure now. He takes off, gets tripped up, regains control, and gets to the line of scrimmage where he's met by a wall of Jimmies.
Yeah, I mean, he puts his head down and looks like he could have squeezed 3 yards maybe out of that play, but they just stopped him and he just kind of bounced right off. They did a good job of really plugging it up there on those routes for that pass. Nowhere to go. You see him rolling out, trying to find something, giving it some time, but Jimtown held strong there in the secondary. But at least Gayhart was able to get back up to the line of scrimmage.
So Peyton going to get a break as Drew Barker now in the game, so that'll move Gayhart to the running back position. And this right here, I like what Triton's doing. They're sending multiple. They're not just keeping a single year. They're trying to see what works and who's the right combinations. That's exactly what a scrimmage is for. Yeah,
not only are you moving the line around probably, but you're hearing different cadences as well. So that's where you're going to see some of those false starts and things happen. Each quarterback's going to be a little bit different.
Now to Gayhart with a stiff arm, trying to fight upfield. Finds a little bit of room and gets across there. And that is their final play of the break. And now Jimtown, I believe. I'm going to get one more. I know how fast Steve is down there. Of course, Jordan and Steve down there manning the PA for us and scoreboard. Brandon Haynes doing our stats this season. So I'll be getting those at halftime this year. until we figure out.
Until Kenny's thing's figured out?
Until Kenny's thing's figured out, so.
Couple games in, we'll be in midseason form, and so will the team.
Braden will be playing tic-tac-toe with the telestrator, which was really cool last year, something new we brought in. Barker now going to go right to Ryder Gayhart, cuts it inside, finds some space. Good truck move to get through, and the fight there and just keep those legs forward, dropping that shoulder and driving right through the defender.
Yeah, he did a good one right there, just absolutely trucks him. I mean, just right at there, trying to get a couple extra yards. You could see all the defenders around you. You just start to give up, let the feet wither away, but no, you keep them driving, roll over that shoulder, pick up an extra yard or two, but not only that, you send a message. You let them know that you're going to run as much as you can until you're down on that ground.
Now Gunnels checks in. Barker settles in, a new running back in the backfield. I don't have 24.
Good cut back inside.
Like I said, it's a work in progress. The roster's still coming in pieces here. To get who 24 is. Did you get 24 when you were looking? Chase Collins.
Yep.
Chase Collins.
Yeah, there was a couple. While you were searching, I was doing my own, just seeing all the names I can remember.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I've coached you before.
Well, see, there you
now
go.
You're in now you're in the high school.
You're in the high school, yeah.
So that's a cool moment, especially, all these players that I was able to see 7th and 8th grade, and
12
now they're the big bad freshmen.
So this will be Triton's last play of this sequence. There's one of Jackson's teammates down there. Barker hands it off. And Chase Collins, bit of aggressive running there. I think Jimtown, he got in. The official said he got in. What a good run there by Chase Collins.
Just continuing to drive those feet, talked about it. And not afraid to lower that shoulder at all. Freshman or not, he'll send a message.
So now Jimtown gonna get their offensive reps. What a run by Chase Collins. Drew Barker talking to Dad there on the way out. I never understood how much fun it is to talk to your kid when they're playing a sport. Then I have got to experience with Jax here with like baseball and basketball, and then football this year has been a learning because I didn't play football. I mean, I love football. I love watching it and calling and everything else, but getting to watch him and his excitement, that kid lives, breathes, and dies football right now.
That just makes me so happy to hear, especially since he's lining up there at linebacker. I mean,
he really likes fullback. That is the spot. He likes playing fullback. We've been studying our assignments and things like that and different questions because got a little banged up on a little accident we had to learn about safety things this past weekend, but went through the whole week. He was already last night he was walking with trying to understand how to move his body and step. He was here. He was already trying to move already on that foot. So
he's going to be such a stud once he's under these lights.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if Orion, hopefully we're still calling games by then. We might be the old guys yelling at people down there in the front row. You never know. I mean, I may have to be a scoreboard controller. I may have to have a microphone because oh no, it's cool to watch. And the 8U program, about over 20 kids.
Oh wow, okay.
They got a good slew of kids there, some good attitude kids, and got some great coaches, and of course the 10U and the 12U getting their program set. I mean, the 12U's got some pair of familiar coaches. You may have been coached by and played with a couple of those guys. So
it's always nice to just talk about the future because, I mean, that's what ultimately leads here to the Friday nights is you got to invest in those younger kids and build them up early so that way once they get to high school, they've got that foundation solidified.
So back under center again is Inbody. Offset backfield. Hands it off there to Anderson as he pushing his way. The Triton right there. Team tackling. Yeah, he got down the field, but you guys didn't allow it. You bent, but you didn't break.
Yeah, and you see number 52, Logan Collins, the first one there to greet him, and then a whole bunch of blue. It's the blue crew, and they're just all there in a hurry to take him down. Yeah, you're Jimtown. You're happy with that play. You got a first down under that. You got some good yards going down. But if you're Triton, you're securing that tackle, and that's what we really need right now. You saw some of those breaking free and not everybody flowing together. you let one person go on there, but you don't assume he's going to have it handled himself. You all try to get in there and all get the assist stat.
So back again. They move the chains on their first carry. 2 wide receivers stacked to either side for in-body. Out of the shotgun, he looks left. Sends a laser here to the near side. Caught there by Saloff. And he fights through. Good angle there by Caden.
You see Channing Heckerman finish off that one, and that's where you see somebody's holding up the nail. You just got to be the hammer and go deliver that last blow. Take him down.
So, of course, we got some fans watching all over the place. Appreciate everybody watching here tonight. And, of course, there's a special one. Going to give Livy a shout-out. We got to hang out with them at the pool this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Staying cool in the sun.
Staying cool.
It's been a scorcher.
But, we got to give Livy a shout-out.
Who's that?
Meister. Taryn's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Now the run up the middle. Good bit of hard running there by Guthrie. Is he going to get stopped just shy of the line there? I'll tell you what, you want to see 2 kids fight with one another and pick on one another. Her and Jackson were a treat to watch this summer. Of course, Michelle and the kids spent a lot of time in the pool. Danny spent a lot of time in the pool this summer, so it was good. I made it there once or twice.
You got to. I mean,
Did anybody ever throw you in?
Well, not by choice, but Caden and Aiden took me into the pool once. And this one punched in there for Guthrie. But the Triton defense, right here's where you kind of stand tall. Okay, yeah, it's going on. It's been, you're getting banged up a little bit. Now it's here to dig deep and say, hey, we're going longer. And it's like going to be like the third quarter, the fourth quarter. You got to dig deep and find that next gear.
Yeah, and that's where you're going and you're starting to get a little tired. You're being under the lights for the first time, playing against another team, and just really trying to drive each other down. And that's where you're trying to remember all the new plays that you've thrown in all summer, and you may be thrown into a last second, and you're tired. That's where you really dig deep, find that composure, and just try to keep that mental game strong as you battle through the physicality.
Now the Triton defense talking, trying to fire up their guys on the field. I like that. I like to see a sideline very noisy. In-body goes across, tall pass, corralled. The tackle made there by Collins as the pass is completed to Van Hooser. And looks like he's a little slow to get up. Look at that, good sportsmanship. I'll tell you what, the bodyguard going out there and helping everybody out. Mr. Worsham, leader.
He's like, hey, you got a cramp? Yeah, I'll help you stretch it out real quick and then help you right back up.
I'll tell you what, Charlie Worsham is probably one of the greatest leaders I think I've ever came across. We saw a lot of it with the student section last year and how awesome he is. But as a person, Charlie Worsham, he may be the bodyguard, but he might just be head of security.
Yeah, I think he deserves that upgrade. He's
due
for a promotion.
Head of security.
He's just a great kid. You go have a conversation with him. I mean, you're leaving with a smile. I'll tell you that much.
Well, and like say that, but like I got to watch him work with his teammates, with the little kids. He was one of those ones that were out there. The kids like Jackson really just adhered to him.
Yeah, he's got that great patience and just knows how to explain it in ways that just make sense, especially for the young guys. And just taking that time to invest in them builds that character.
Gonna be a special leader for these next couple of years. The snap there brought in. What a wrap-up play there. I believe on the tackle there was Channing Heckerman. What a play by him to get through and wrap up and bring him down. That's textbook.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see that, and that's been a newer spot, throwing him there on that defensive end position. Have him go down every once in a while. He explodes quick off the line, and he's a big wrestler, so he knows how to stay low and get those good hard tackles.
I like seeing these underclassmen coming in here and making plays here tonight.
Yeah, and then that just got to get you fired up as a coach. You've got a young crew on the sideline and on the field, and just being able to see what your future's looking like and how any guy can hop in for a play if it need be.
Good hustle by McIntosh to get off the field. So he gets that Gunnels trying to bust through. Tripping up, but trying to do a nice job there. I mean, getting through, see Charlie Worsham at the bottom of the pile, Ryder Gayhart in there as well. 4 Trojans, including Gunnels. And I believe also down there was Greg Bradley.
Yeah, you saw everybody kind of get a feel for that one. You're starting to notice those down blocks, see where the offense is trying to push you and just countering off of that. Doing a good job of plugging that up. The outside contain did a very good job there.
The kid I'm excited about, Van Chris, number 65, he comes off the field. This kid, I love this kid's attitude. He is impressive. Worsham hustles off the line, runs through the minivan. As we hear we're going to use. Oh, good pass there, completed to Torian. And a little violent there on the bring down as Gunnell's going to get some attention. Hope he's all right.
Yeah, the quarterback here for Jimtown has just done a good job of threading the needle a couple times. There's been a lot of those just crossing routes, coming inside and finding a way to get the ball there.
Oh, a good hustle there by Callahan to get back out there in the athletic trainer's position. He's looking mid-season form. Get out there in a hurry.
He's got a player in need. He's going to go help him out, see what he needs.
So as everybody takes the knee, hope Gunnels is all right. Coach Barker out there taking a look. Of course, like we said, only 4 home games this year, but like I said, the fan experience, Triton, the football team, the coaching staff, they've really done a nice job trying to bring in that home field appeal here to their team. I mean, like I said, you want to be out here on Friday nights. I mean, it's going to be a loud place. I mean, they're trying to build that, that culture and what they're able to do, and some exciting things. I mean, there's some things that the little youngsters got to experience during camp, getting to run out of a tunnel and different things like that. So. Some different music, some different things, just try to make it feel like it's their field on Friday night.
Yeah, don't count out 1A football for an experience. I mean, you got the small town community. I think it's even better. What are you going to do? You're going to come pop out and show out and support your boys on Friday nights here for some Trojan football. Build up that experience, get the atmosphere, really help the players just buy in, get excited, and see Gunnels come back off. Love to see them walk on their own fruition.
So Wall now back under center. In the backfield behind him, I believe, is Jacob Evans, right behind him. Oh, I don't have 26. He's going to get through. It was a good hard run. That number was not provided to me.
They're still figuring out down there.
Well, that first week of school, you got some stragglers kind of cutting in. Maybe somebody forgot their jersey at home. It happens.
Yeah, or I mean, hey, you get into school and you're a new transfer and you're just saying, oh, yeah, they've got some football here. I think I'll just give it a try.
Oh, and then again, like I said, now with the new transfer, you're allowed to transfer one time without any questions. So, I mean, you got your one chance. Hey, get out there and see what you can do.
Yeah. New school, new opportunities. Another year of football.
Wall's under center. Hands it right back to the runners. They're going to punch it in from about 2.5, 3 yards away. My apologies to number 26. We do not have your name up here. I'll tell you what, Jimtown, a team last season, offensively only put up 17 points a game, allowed 31 on defense. Tonight, this looks like a team that's really grew from last season.
Yeah, they've been coming together pretty well, and you've seen some good shines of offense and defense and just doing a good job of finding blocks, climbing to the next level, creating space for those runners to go. And as we continue to build up that timing on the passes, as we try to stretch the field out, they can put together a good sling of drives here.
I'll look for that in the middle of the break. We go to commercial.
We have another break?
Yes, there is a 2-minute break, transition break. So they're going to have the reserves come in after this sequence here by Jimtown on offense. Those next 2 sequences will be played by both sides. Ball's back again, slings it right, a little too wide there for the receiver to come back and make a play on it. Had a lot of zip on the ball, just didn't quite get to its destination where they needed it to.
Yeah, and each each wide receiver is going to have their little finesse on each route, where they start to break down and come back, how far, and you just kind of get that timing, you get the spacing, especially as you're on game field. You just really see it in action. You've got the defenders against you. It'll all come together. Isn't supposed to look perfect the first time.
So Colton Wall now goes back to throw, looking left, going to air it out. Good pass down the field. Good defense, but an even better catch there. On the catch was Luke Tillman there on the catch. What a good play, but even you look at the defense there by Roman Fenton. He was there the whole way. I mean, that ball had to go to the perfect spot, and it did.
Yeah, that's not one to hang your head on at all there for Roman. You were in a great position, and you got your hands up right there. Somehow the ball just found its way into the hands of Jimtown. A great catch, a good throw. Hung in the air for a while, just as much time as it needed. And that's what we're talking about. You get a couple passes in there, you start to figure out the timing and everything, and delivers a good one there.
So this will be the final play of this sequence. It'll be just a quick 2-minute break to get the reserves in and out. I have to find antennas. Wall again under center. Hands it right up, and he's gonna they're gonna stop him short of the goal line, so that'll stop that sequence there. And then they'll get for the reserves. I'm gonna go look for antennas. We'll take a quick break. Be back after this.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office / home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen / art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage / rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, as we get set for the next sequence here, there'll be 8 plays or 8 minutes for the reserves. They're going to start from their own 35-yard line. So right here is where the underclass, this is your chance to go out and shine here.
It's the moment you were waiting for. Sun's starting to go down, get a little darker. Need those lights to be on and keep it going, and it really brings down the Friday night atmosphere.
Yeah, we had the torpedo, the jet, and then there's the cannonball. He was down there. Of
Good
course,
group of guys.
of course.
Some Trojan
alumni, but still there's a new 39 in town, in the junior league level. I told him, said, now you got to live up to the how that 39's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's a big deal
I showed him some highlights. He says, all right.
He's ready. He's ready to make a name for himself.
I guess they're going to start at the 50, so I guess they must have changed the rule or something. Because I said from their own 35 is what I read.
Refs calling an audible.
Hey, they're in charge. They're entitled. I mean, this is a controlled scrimmage. It's Barker out of the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Collins. I'll tell you what, Chase Collins, if you go back here to that last innings where he scored on that run, I mean, that kid there really impressed. He hit the hole hard, got his shoulder down, and found his way and just kept driving those legs to get to the end zone.
I mean, I feel like when you just watch him run, there's one word you can put to it, and that's ferocious.
Ferocious.
I feel like he just looks angry when he's running, and you just want to get out of the way.
Hey, as a lot of good running back coaches that I've talked to over several years, you got to run like you hate the ground. So you want to punish the ground. Jackson hates when I tell him that. Tucker Crebaum going to be here on the near side. Standing next to Christopher Neer Jr. Barker out of the shotgun. Collins in the backfield. Goes back to Collins. He's trying to find the outside. Good job. Good vision there to cut back inside the tackle to move forward. Chase Collins really impressing.
Yeah, and a good start to this first set of plays for the young guys. String together some good runs. See how the Jimmies respond. But yeah, for the line, just to continue to fire out low on your gaps. Get in there and just climb to the next level and sustain blocking. It's something we didn't touch on earlier, but probably should have, where Jimtown had a lot of success because not only were they getting on blocks and moving people, but they're getting that sustained blocking. They're not just going up, you hit him one time, and then you're moving on. You stay on him, you continue to drive.
So the offense getting set there on the far side. It's Julian Leon on the left side of the line. Barker option play, pitches it on over to Collins. Collins again, look at him just running ferociously down the field. Down here, look at the downfield block here by Channing Heckman getting down there, and he took his blocking assignment seriously.
Had him almost to the end zone, driving him. And, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see because for a runner like Chase, he could break free at any time, throw a spin move. I mean, I've seen him do a couple hurdles in practice. Can't quite do that here on the game field, but he's got the abilities to, and you never know when, he could break free, so holding those blocks is truly important.
But, again, some of your former players now getting to play under these lights.
Yeah, it gives you just some proud moments, being able to see them pull it all together.
Of course, Van Crisp on the right side of the line. Gonna work a left Collins, but the Jimtown Jimmy defense gets right through. Again, nice job of Triton. You didn't go forward, but at the same time, you didn't allow a big loss as well.
Yeah, you sustained it. Got close to
got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, back to where you started.
Thought they were going to mark my yard shy.
And you'll take that from where that play started. Jimtown saw enough. They suspected where it was going, and they've done a good job of clogging up the middle the whole night.
Trying to see who else is out there. Over the other side of the line, Gavin Roberts on the left side as well. Hunter Trusty out there along the line. And there at center is Levi Mondi. I believe at left guard, we're going to have Lucas Jones. Triton loading up to the right side of the line. Barker out of the shotgun. A little too antsy there. Is Heckman going to get flagged there for illegal procedure?
And that's where you've just got one thing in your mind. Go, go, go. Got to take a moment to just let that snap count pursue. Get the play started, and then you can go full steam ahead.
Barker settling it. Sends a man in motion. Hands it off to Collins. Collins, good lead block there out in front there by Fenton. Roman Fenton with another nice block downfield.
And then the awareness right there to hop on the football. You may think he's down, but you're still going to go hop on it because the ref may have not fully seen it. You never know what could be the call on there.
Oh, you never slow down.
When it's up in the air, you just go dive on it to be sure. Rather be safe than sorry. Man, you see Drew Barker able to corral. It was a low snap right there, but gets a hold of it pretty quick and gets the handoff still in time. Doesn't mess up the timing too far. Able to still get a little bit out of that one.
The Jimmies, again, good defense by them here on this sequence as well. A good job along the line, but Triton's offense trying to see if they can continue to get these reserves some spots Spot action here tonight as Collins cuts back in. Good cut back up the line. Collins is free. He cuts down the 20, and he's going to get brought down inside the 15, about the 11-yard line. Nice job by him to read that the line was plugged there, saw the vision, saw something open up, and come back to the other side.
Yeah, and that was a great play of just making something happen. Jimmy's, they read their assignments correctly. They all flowed to the football, but the one thing is just be aware of not over pursuing because, yeah, you leave that cutback lane open. Good running back like that's going to see it and make you pay. Picks up a good game there.
Coach Cook, a little conference with Gavin Roberts. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to, depending on what football game we're at on a Saturday, I might show up for another Saturday walkthrough. Those are fun.
They're just really fun. You get to just hear some of the breakdown. You get to pick the coach's brains.
I learned a lot last year. I learned quite a bit in that one. I got to go to one, but I learned quite a bit.
Yeah, they're very valuable, and that's where you really create just a better finished product down there on the field is what you put in outside of it.
Collins going to bounce outside. He's got the corner going to take off in pursuit. He's going to stiff arm, but a flag's going to bring it back. He's going to punch it in for 6, but it looks like a holding call is going to bring it back.
Yeah, there's a line. Those ones can get pretty easy for the run outside. You got your man in front of you, and you're driving him in, but then he's trying to go back away from it, and you just grab that jersey as he starts to pull away, and you pull back a big run.
Well, don't ask our football player what I did to him to keep him from holding. We put oven mitts on.
I like it. Because, yeah, you can't grab the jersey.
I'm grabbing this. Now, defense, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't,
that's
just
free,
don't grab the face mask. That's the only thing you don't touch.
Yeah, that's free reign.
Or the horse collar.
Keep it clean, but other than that, you're free reign on defense. But, yeah, offense, it's so tempting right there, blocking the backs and those holdings, especially for those outside runs. You get excited. You're in football because you want to go hit some people, but that's just where you pull the hands up, you go away, and you let your runners just take care of it after that.
This will be Triton's last play on offense here for this sequence. Jimtown will get the final sequence here as Barker trying to bounce outside. Nothing really opened up. But I think for the Triton offense, there's a lot of promise down there. Just go back to work, execute, and know what the coaches tell you. So I did mess up. I didn't look down far enough. 8 plays, 8 minutes, but they get to choose the yard line of choice. That's why Triton picked the 50.
Ah, okay.
So I didn't look down. Well, hey, this is why it's our scrimmage too, right, Orion?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't sit home and practice this stuff. I mean,
yeah,
I do a little bit, but nobody's allowed to hear that.
Guess we need our film sesh for.
Yeah, Wednesday we'll have our film sesh. Then as soon as we'll see if we get the other guy because he's going to be watching film this year too.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, but he's going to play football. He's going to learn how to
okay.
watch film and understand. We got to learn to improve
it.
here. He's got a notebook and ready to roll.
Yeah, they aren't ready for him.
I'll tell you what, these 8U kids. There's so many. These kids are awesome. There's some other ones, just the effort, and these kids kind of show up and just having a good time playing football. I know football is a serious and a big guy sport, but I mean these little kids go out there and they show up. I mean they get the helmets on for the first time, the shoulder pads, and they get out there and once they get comfortable in them. And this week started full pads, so they're just the hitting and having a good time.
There's just nothing like it. I mean, to just put that full suit of pads on and just try to emulate. I mean, you watch people growing up, watch the college, you watch the NFL, you see these guys out here that you know on the Friday nights, and just be able to throw those pads on and go out there, it just gets you fired up.
And Jackson, he was telling me, like players, he's excited to, of course, watching those guys the last couple of years. I mean, I do know there's several out there that made an impression, so there's several. Of course, the student section.
When's the last time you've seen them at a scrimmage?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm telling you,
I think that might be a record down there.
Hey, the fan experience is real. The Tritons really put into it. They're encouraging these kids to come to ball games. It's good to see.
Yeah, I know. I was happy to hear it. My sister's like, hey, can you take me along to the game? I was like, yeah, it is just a scrimmage. She goes, I know, but it's blackout themed tonight. I'm like, okay, yeah. I love to hear it.
I was on Instagram last night. I saw the theme for every game this season. So I know what it is before we get there, so now I don't have to guess what it is. There you go. I learned.
Sometimes it's questionable what the theme is.
It is. Now I have a guideline. There's one that I'm not real sure about, but we can discuss that off the air. Wall now hands it off on the carry for the Jimmies. Brought down there by that Trojan front line. I believe on the carry, I think it was number, I thought it was 30. Maybe it was 29. No, it was 30. That's who I thought it was. And that was on the carry was Tanner McKay.
We'll have instant replay figured out for next week.
Yep. Well, just like I said, getting back in the groove of it. Orion will be like mid-season form by Wednesday.
Believe it or not, this stuff hasn't been plugged in since graduation.
Since graduation. we had an impromptu broadcast during. I didn't commentate because I don't think we need to be commentating the 4-H opening ceremonies, but
well, that was our school board meeting set up there.
Yep. Well, I guess you had that, so we have fun. Wall now hands it right back up the middle. McKay again on the carry. Triton's defense showing up big. Look at there. You got Van Crisp in there as well with Levi Mondi.
Yeah, Mondi right there just drops anchor. He just held on at the hips and just kind of dropped himself down to the ground, put that anchor down, and brought a Jimmy with him.
I like seeing, these guys, these freshmen and some of these sophomores have just been impressive tonight.
Yeah, they've done a good job having a younger group go out there and show out like that. Very promising.
Wall again. Sets the offensive line, goes back to throw. Slings it right, just a little bit short of the mark as it's intended there for Logan Burkhart. A little less arm on that one. Step into that throw and drive it into him.
Yeah, put the hips and everything into it. Those will come together. But there, you catch a break there for the Trojans. You've got two going out wide. You see them talking right there, trying to get their coverages and things figured out. Corner's got to take that deep one, but then that outside backer, you're there looking for a run-first mentality, but you see the slot and things release like that, you got to be out there in a hurry to try to cover that sideline.
I like what I'm seeing from some of these upperclassmen on the sideline talking to their underclassmen teammates. The pitch outside there goes to Schaefer. Schaefer cuts upfield. Good gain there by him. Good vision to get up the field.
Met by a sandwich of Trojans to bring him down, but yeah, not after a bad gain at all. Seen some good promise from both younger squads.
This one I'm excited about. Xavier Chapman checking in. I saw him last year in one of your junior high games. I was like, ooh, I like this guy.
When you see him fired up, he's a tough one to block.
I saw it, and he took about 4 guys with him. Oh, what a play. Mondi get in there in the backfield. The tackle for loss.
Getting the crowd fired up and himself right there and his teammates.
Levi Mondi's had some nice plays here on this sequence. Keep an eye on 072 down there.
He comes out fast, flies out low, gets right through the gap of 2 defenders, and just goes and makes a great play. That's where I like this setup with the 3-down lineman. Gives you a little bit of versatility to move your linebacking crew around, bring them down up to that line if you need to overload it, and then you just have some room to shift those gaps for those 3-down linemen. Keep the looks fresh, keep the offensive line just on their toes.
So the Jimmies with 3 plays left in their sequence for the end of this scrimmage. Ball now pitches it outside. Head of steam out in front. What's showing off the wheels there is Ben Rodman. And he's going to run out of bounds, but nice job by him to get in the open field and take off. Just touch the sideline there before going out. Show off that open field speed there. Kicked it on. That was impressive.
Yeah, and then you see the good effort there from Channing Heckerman, number 34, just on that pursuit angle, picking his angle and just not giving up. That's the effort that you want, especially on defense. You don't let anything go. You could be on the opposite side of the field. We better see you running, or those are the things that are picked out in film, and those are the things that you praise as well. Whether or not you ended up making the big play, if you're giving your effort right there, coaches are going to pick that out.
So new quarterback out there now with Drew Polston. Goes under center for the Jimmies. 2 plays remaining. Goes back to throw, looking left, going to fire to the corner. Had a guy who had some space there as it's intended for Garrett Fleming. Incomplete. And now they will be down to their last play. And the last play of tonight's scrimmage, we will have a post-game interview. All you have to do, Orion, is hit the number 3, and you're good. Just hit the button that says 3 here.
Three,
That
okay.
says 3. The bottom button right there, and we'll make her work.
That unmutes you?
That unmutes that microphone, so yes.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. Just give me a thumbs up so I know we're still good up here.
Oh, I forgot to turn the sound at the beginning of the school board meeting earlier this week, so.
We're on summer break.
We just missed the Pledge of Allegiance, that's all.
Well, we can fill that back in. Polston hands it off up the middle. A good and hard carry there for Rodman. And that is going to do it for the scrimmage here tonight. We appreciate everybody joining us. I'm going to go down and get interviews and get set after Jordan's done with the mic. Stay tuned for that. Be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Great season. We'll catch you all here next week, right here against LaVille. We start off our season 7 p.m.
Who you guys got next week?
Oh yeah, I noticed that when they did that tunnel run out thing, I seen pictures of it recently. It looked really cracked. Like I wouldn't take much paint into that.
Looks like you got quite a few seniors. Yeah, I called that kid.
Yeah. You there?
Case is not under there or over there.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we're here with, well, he was known as the bodyguard at one point in time, but you got a promotion tonight. I'm thinking head of security.
All right, I like that. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good name. I like that name.
So for you, I mean, you're coming in now. You've seen a lot of time there in your freshman and sophomore year. Now you're coming into your junior year. What's it like tonight to be kind of that vocal leader there on the line and for the team?
It felt really, really good to be out there for the guys. I mean, I'm just doing what I'm told, and basically, what I do is I'm just trying to help everybody. I'm not trying to be the guy out there, just the main man. I just want to help everybody so that we're all together and we all know what we're doing.
One thing you did tonight that's impressive, and I know the coaches are impressed by that too, is you were showed that good sportsmanship by helping up another player. Why is something like that really important?
So if you do that to them, I mean, if somebody of one of our kind got injured, they would come and help you. So if you help them, they'll return the favor.
You know, being a younger brother, I mean, of course, your dad and your brother and the kind of the stuff they did, and you kind of set the tone for what you did as far as being a football player. What's it like now to be? This is your time to be out here on the deal and kind of setting your own, I guess, carving or blazing your own path.
I mean, it's very fun, and I'm just trying to do what they did. I don't know if I can do the full capability of what my brother did and what my dad did, but I'm trying my best.
I'll tell you what, it may be a little bit different, but I'll tell you right now, it's very impactful. And I got to see it during the camp here with the little kids about the kind of leader you are, and that kind of stuff can't be taught. That's something that you either have it or you don't.
Yeah. That's the way I grew up, and that's the way I just felt. And so I think if I help them, I mean, I just want them, because that's how I grew up, and that's how, when I was in that camp, that's how I wanted to be treated, and that's how I was treated. So.
And for you, Charlie, I mean, you're out here being with the camp, of course. I've got one that's getting ready, that's just started football this year in the 8U. What's the kind of thing you would give advice to those kids that are learning how to play football, starting out early?
I would say focus on the little things and just slowly take it on. Don't try to take everything in. Don't try to learn every position. If you take one position in, you'll eventually get there and you will succeed.
Well, since the Spider-Man movie's out, I asked this question a few years ago. I want to know what superpower you would want and why.
Man, I would probably want invincibility.
That way you could, like, say I was at school and not have to do some work.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what I would love.
Or if something were to happen, I wasn't here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There it is. Yep.
I'm pretty sure that kid there would like to have that too, especially at home if something went wrong and I wasn't here.
Oh yeah, he definitely would. Trust me.
Well, Charlie, you're doing great things. Keep up the good work, buddy. We're looking forward to a good season.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll get Coach Barker over here in just a minute. Pausing time. Is that the one you want? Okay. All right, Coach. Well, we got done with the head of security, so I guess it's time for your interview here. Scrimmage is obviously kind of gauge where you're at and kind of see what things you guys can work on throughout the week. I mean, there was a lot of positive things to take away today with the scrimmage, especially some of the effort from some of these kids.
Yeah, you know, I told the boys before the game and after the game, it's like, look, we got a lot of new faces out there. And when you start ticking that off, it's like, so really we needed to see effort. I think Jimtown being 3A kind of caught them off guard a little bit, the speed of the game, for two reasons. One, they are 3A. They're a little bit physically bigger, but two, again, back to the lack of experience on a Friday night against varsity speed, and that's a real thing. And so I'm super happy with it. At times it felt kind of ugly, but I mean, you're going to have those. You got to work them out.
And for your guys, one thing you and I have talked about, like during the camp and some different things, is the culture you guys have said. We talked about the pillars thing. How important is that culture you guys are setting, not just for these boys to how to play on Friday nights, but how to live as men as they move on?
Yeah, I mean, that's really where it's at. And I know you and I in the summer talked at length about it and this whole cultural ecosystem. In fact, parent night the other night, I brought it up again. There's so many character building things to learn on the gridiron, and that's what we're pushing to the point where, like, no kidding, the coaches were even referring back to the things that we had talked about all summer, even out on the field. And so you know, when you have that trickle down effect and it starts to bleed into the coaching staff and then ultimately the boys, and you even hear the boys bringing some of that stuff up. So I truly believe that we are on the right path when it comes to building character, but then also X's and O's. Yeah.
And for these guys tonight, like I said, you saw the culture. I mean, I saw players being encouraging here on the sideline. I saw guys helping up. You saw Charlie Worsham help out an opponent, get up and stretch out there real quick. That's the kind of stuff, a culture that a high school coach should be real excited about.
1,000,000%, man. When Charlie did that, it didn't even catch me off guard. I was like, yep, that's Charlie. And I love him for it. And I love all of our guys. They are truly coming together. I speak often of the sanctity of the locker room. Like, the boys need to feel safe in there so that we can grow as a program. And they did it, or they're currently doing it. Yeah.
And the other thing you and I talked about at length there this summer was the fan experience. There's a lot of cool things to expect here on a Friday night, and how important is it that we see those stands packed on a Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, last year we broke records, and I understand, we had a nice senior class. They were really good athletically, but hopefully that just creates the momentum, and they can get out here and – we've got a tunnel that's coming out Friday night, so we're going to come out through a tunnel to smoke, and, so the boys can feel it. Our little kids that came for their camp, they got to run through it. And, I love the fireworks. I mean, it's just the whole – I have been deeply immersed in the game day experience so that when people come out here, they can have fun and really feel like they're involved.
Well, and you kind of saw our school kind of show up there in that state run there for the boys for basketball. I mean, this community showed up then. I mean, this community is capable of doing that well. And Triton is a community that, like I said, maybe a sleeping giant when it comes to football, because once they kind of, like I said, these groups show up. You saw the records broken last year. They can do it just again. These boys really get fired up, and it gives them a whole nother gear out here on the field.
Yeah, and it's the momentum of all of it. I mean, we had 39 kids at practice yesterday. We didn't have 39 kids last year with a massive senior class. So, you got momentum on both the football side and then hopefully, obviously, the fan side, because Triton's a really good sports school, and hopefully we can be part of that.
I think you guys can. Like I said, to get that culture thing put together and the things we see out here, yes, on Friday nights, but at the same time, how you're growing young men, not just be football players, but to be great men past the sport as well. Coach, so I asked him tonight, since the Spider-Man movie's out, Jackson's been kind of asking what superpower I'd want. Which one would you like? Or which one would you pick and why?
Man, of any superpower.
Any superpower.
I think I'd have to go with strength. It's you can do a lot with strength.
Oh
yeah.
There's a lot of things. You can do with strength.
Yeah, the boys might actually think I Hulk out for that matter. I don't really. I don't believe, but who knows?
And for you, like I said, the camp out here, and like I said, I've been out with my son now playing football. What advice would you give to those younger kids that are just getting started and learning the game of football?
Man, just have fun, and that's what I try to tell even the youth football coaches, right? Just make sure they're having enough fun that they want to play the next year. And then specifically for them, I think I even told the boys this, what's your attitude, what's your effort, and what's your energy? Typically, if you have a positive attitude, the effort is going to be a good effort. And then the energy is going to be super positive. Things people want to be around, you're going to work hard. And conversely, if you've got a poor attitude, well, generally your effort's going to reflect that. And then you got a negative attitude, and people feel that. They don't want to be around that. So if you can just control your controllables, man, life's really good.
Well, Coach, it looks like we got work to do, but at the same time, there's a lot of promise that was out here tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and until next time, remember the Trojan way.